take this goddamn hair out. Are we ready? Are you ready? I think you're ready. What's good, y'all? What's poppin'? Welcome to another video. Now, let me just say flat out, I've been out all day. I've been touring. I've been vlogging. I've been stressed. Literally planning my high school reunion that is next week. By the time you guys see this, it might have already happened. I'm not sure. Join the Patreon to get all the drama. Okay, because y'all, these videos are probably gonna be coming out soon. I don't know when soon is, but soon or whatever. I don't even know why I'm talking like that. Y'all, I'm tired. This is what happens when I'm tired and I'm anxious and I'm annoyed. But I do have to get this video out for y'all. So I get real animated when I'm like but yeah, so my eyelashes probably look like cousins right now instead of twins. My eyeliners probably smear excuse my appearance, okay? But we do have to give a huge shout outs to my sponsor for today, the Jacket Maker. Now I know y'all peeped this really cute jacket that I am wearing. Y'all, I've been rocking this jacket for the past month and some change, and I will say it's literally the best jacket I've ever had, ever. And I will say I'm a huge stickler for jackets. I don't care if it's a cheap jacket, an expensive jacket. I have a high expectation for jackets, and I will say when it comes to a higher end jacket, I'm usually very like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like none of them really meet my expectations, you know? But the Jacket Maker will get you right, whether it's a custom jacket or you get a ready-made jacket on their site. The Jacket Maker is literally tech meets luxury made jackets. Whether your jacket is made from leather or suede, you can be guaranteed that your jacket is going to be made of the best quality possible and for the right price. Now, I can tell y'all I've spent so much on jackets. Like literally, I've spent anywhere from $20 to $500 on jackets. Yes, I know. And some of them have lasted me a couple years. Some of them have lasted me over 10 years. Nonetheless, I can't even tell you how amazing it is to have a wonderful quality jacket, especially for the right price. So this season, make sure you get yourself a great quality jacket from the Jacket Maker. Now, I chose this jacket specifically because I love that it was different. I love me a leather jacket, but I will say I kept buying cheap jackets from like 10 Spot, Rainbow, Shein, and stuff like that, and it wasn't hitting. And let's be real, we could tell fake leather, whether it's in pictures or in person. It don't look good. You can have a real nice expensive outfit on, and then you just put on a cheap leather jacket, and it's like, woo, what type of garbage can did you get that from? Listen, I ain't gonna lie, that's one cheap thing where I'm like, okay, I should stop buying cheap leather jackets. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go for a nice Sessa brown leather jacket. And I love the way the buttons just, oh my god, look at the way the buttons attach. Like, I just thought it was a beautiful jacket, and I love the fact that it has zipper pockets, and I absolutely love the fact that it was two-tone. It was brown, but it also had a different tone of brown. I felt like the jacket definitely popped out a lot bit more. But I'm gonna tell you right now, the options on the site are practically endless. From bombers to short leather jackets to long leather jackets, you're bound to find a jacket that you love. And of course, you can also get a custom one. It makes the perfect gift for someone, especially right now. We are in the holiday season. So make sure you guys check out the Jacket Maker. And most importantly, please make sure you guys shop with my code. Help me out, help my channel out. It would mean the most to me if you guys did so. Everything you need is going to be linked down below. So with that being said, let's get into Ricardo. Okay, so I feel like it's best that while I'm taking my little hiatus, because by the time this is posted, I'm gonna be on my nice little break, we just go back to Ricardo and where it all began, okay? Because y'all, sometimes I'll be like, oh, if y'all only understood why people hate Ricardo. And I'm like, y'all really don't understand why people hate Ricardo. Now, shout out to everybody that's on my Patreon, because there was a while ago, like maybe like one of my first ever live streams that I did, where I did talk about like, yo, the origins of Ricardo, why my mom doesn't like Ricardo, but I never sat here and decided to make a full video about it because I was like, too much. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start from the origins, and then we're just gonna get into this first story that you guys see in the title, because you guys are probably like, no, he did not. Yes, he did. So let's give a quick little preface, right? So we've been talking about Ricardo since like what? It's been over a year now. However, when it came to Ricardo coming to my parents' house, let's just say that my mom was a little blindsided by Ricardo's behavior, okay? So I've already mentioned that Ricardo was not necessarily raised by his mother, aka my aunt that's currently at my mom's house right now visiting from Haiti. He was essentially raised by my mother. My mother and Ricardo were once essentially very, very close. And then my mother got pregnant with me and moved to the States. So when my mother mother left Ricardo in Haiti. She was under the impression that Ricardo was an upstanding citizen of, I was about to say America, but of Haiti. She thought that he was, you know, a fine young man that she raised him to be. But let's not forget that technically my mom and Ricardo are not that far in age. Like my mom is maybe like 56, 57. She's like in her late 50s and Ricardo's like in his late 40s. So if you do the math, they're maybe like 10 to 15 years apart. And that's just judging off the fact that I know for a fact my mom's age is an American age, if y'all know what I mean. If y'all don't know what I mean, then you don't know what I mean. But if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. And I know Ricardo's age is a little bit different from what I forgot, but I know that he has an American age too. But let's just say they have anywhere from like a 10, no, let me not even say 10. They have like a 15, like anywhere from like a 13 to 15 year age gap. So technically my mom was a kid raising a kid, and it was kind of like that for most of my auntie's kids. Okay, my auntie left my mom to raise all of these kids, and when you really think about it, all of these kids ended up fucked up. Okay, from Ricardo to Regina to, what did I name the other one? Okay, it was Regina, Ricardo. I think there was one that I named like Yolanda or something. Damn, I'm really gonna have to start naming these ones. The one in France is Regina. The one in Haiti, damn, I don't remember what maybe I named her Regina. Wow. Okay, we're gonna name them formally in this video. Okay, so if we named them something else before, we're gonna name them something now. Okay, so Ricardo, Regina, and we're gonna name the sister in Haiti Rachel. Okay, so Regina, Rolanda, Rachel, and then there's another one that's a little crazy. We're just gonna name her Jasmine. So all of them, I'm not even gonna lie, they all a little. Okay, and that's practically because my mother had a hand in raising them and their mother was more so stuck in her business, okay? So if you guys are not aware, my auntie, like I said, sells goods, services, food, all types of shit. Like she's a businesswoman. She's about her shit. She's about her trade. She's about her shmoney, and I ain't mad at her, but at the same time, bitch, if you're gonna be about your money, then I'm gonna need you to not have kids, okay? Point blank, period. So I feel like when my mom left, I don't think she really carried on the relationship with Ricardo, and she just, you know, left him there with the relationship that they had. And I feel like that's with anyone, right? Like if you haven't seen someone in 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years, realistically, that's going to be the relationship you hold with them. Like there's a lot of people I haven't seen since high school, shit, middle school, and how I left them is how I remember them. I don't really take into account like, damn, it's been 15 years. They probably changed a lot. No, I just remember them exactly how I left them. And sometimes I get blindsided by how they are now. And boy, oh boy, was my mom blindsided. So Ricardo comes to America. Now, let me just say, right? DMX was the one that did all the paperwork for Ricardo. Ricardo not only came to the United States illegally, he practically walked here. You didn't hear that wrong. Ricardo walked to the United States, and he didn't walk to Florida. He didn't walk to Texas. My nigga walked to Vegas. I don't know who told him to do that. I don't know why he did that. I don't know how the fuck my nigga even knew what a Vegas was. And let me just say that Ricardo did not necessarily come from Haiti. He went from Haiti to live in Brazil for a while and then came all the way from Brazil, took a semi-month whatever journey all the way to Vegas. And that's another story for another day. You know what? I ain't gonna do that. That I'm gonna keep on Patreon. So follow on Patreon if you guys want to find out about how he came with his baby mother, and the baby mother left him for another dude at the border and left him to get arrested by himself. Very sad story. But nonetheless, he comes all the way to Vegas, gets detained. DMX does the paperwork. Realistically and legally, he should be at DMX's house. However, he didn't stay at DMX's house because they all dumped him on my mom, and my mom was happy to take him because my mom was like, you know what? He's like a son to me. I have no problem with it. I'm gonna take Ricardo. Now, this is the thing. I feel like my mom did this without thinking. First of all, we were in an active lease. You know, you shouldn't just be adding grown-ass adults to your home without telling the property manager, the landlord, whatever, but she did it. It was a huge point of contention or whatever. And I will say, upon first meeting Ricardo, I was not fucking with it. I didn't like the fact that a whole nother person was gonna be living there. I was just like I remember the first time he said, "Eh, cuz, como ye," and he hugged me. I was just like, this is going to be a problem. I just knew no good would come of it. You ever just see somebody and you see the fucking bullshit in the future? That's how I felt when I saw Ricardo. It was just like, And I'm not gonna lie, he was very nice, he was very accommodating, but that was the issue. He was too nice to be related to me, especially on my mom's side. Everybody on my mother's side is batshit crazy. My father's correct. Every single time when I'm sitting here and I'm talking shit and I'm saying that my dad be saying that my mom's family is crazy and they're dumb and they lack all education and sense, yeah, they do. This one is way too nice, way too sober, and way too accommodating. Something wrong with him, and the bullshit began. So, of course, I've mentioned this before. Not too long after, Ricardo started stealing my shit. But I ain't say nothing because I'm like, okay, he comes from Brazil, he comes from Haiti, whatever the case may be. He's not used to having much. So what he would do is he would clean my room and then take something as like payment. So like say like he cleaned my bedroom and I would have like a speaker. He would take the speaker. Say I was like out all day and I don't know, like say I didn't eat. He would like make me some food, but then like he would take a blanket. I didn't say shit, took it to the chin. But literally, that nigga has no shame. You could go in his room and you'll see your shit in his room. Again, no shame. So it was one of those things where it was just like, it's the audacity for me, but it was like, what's a girl to do? Like, you know, it was one of those things that was like, whatever. Because a lot of things that he took, I either had double of, they were sponsored products, or it was like I didn't even use. So it was like, you know what? I ain't gonna say shit. And I'm not even gonna lie, that's the problem that I have with a lot of Haitian people. A lot of them feel like just because like you're from America or they're from Haiti or they don't have much that you should have no problem giving them your stuff. You should have no problem accommodating to them and just, you know, forking all of your shit over. How about that? Now, if he was to do some shit like that, I'd be like, how you gonna take my shit and not say nothing? But back then, I just didn't really care. And I had way more issues going on in my life, right? I will say he stayed on a good path for a while. You know, he was going to school. Yes. Ricardo was in college. He was going to church. Yes. Ricardo was in church. And I was like, okay, he's on the straight and narrow. This man should be out here in like 2-3 years max. Cause shit, all of us know the immigrants that come here, they got a car in like 2 years. It's like, shit, that nigga gonna be driving me to the train station. Cause at the time I was working in New York, I believe. I think I was fresh out of college. It was something like that. So I was like, shit, he could be driving me to the train station. Shit, I could walk, but I'm gonna have a cousin that could drive soon. Cause you know, these immigrants be on their shit. Not soon after that, Ricardo started cutting up. Ricardo started cutting ass, okay? So not too long after that, Ricardo just started having people over. And this is why in that last video, I was like, oh, I don't know why my mom's sitting here complaining about women being in the house when Ricardo used to have fucking Club Ricardo all day. Yes, I call it Club Ricardo. Ricardo had at least 3 to 5 niggas over every other day. I'm talking about music. I'm talking about hookah. I'm talking about liquor. I'm talking about frita, like literally making food for these dusty ass niggas. And I would come home and it'd just be loud all the time. Granted, my mom claims these people are family. They ain't family to me. Because how they flirting with me and they family. This was constant. It was ridiculous. How are you studying and you got these niggas here? How you going to church and you drunk, you blackout drunk, trying to go to church the next day? It got so ridiculous to the point where I literally told my parents like, yo, I'm not gonna be able to live here if this nigga gonna keep doing this shit. But that was short-lived because at that point, that's when the whole situation happened where my parents wasn't able to keep up with the rent and they weren't able to keep up with the electricity or the gas payment. So then that kind of tapered off a little bit because how you gonna have people over when you ain't got electricity or gas? But I will say that is around the time where we realized Ricardo was a snake, okay? Because Ricardo was going back to people in Haiti saying that, you know, my family ain't had shit. My family this, my family that. Oh, my parents be going, well, and particularly my mom. My mom be going to Haiti trying to flex like she has shit, but in America, she's struggling. Now, let me just say, right, a lot of Haitians do this. They go to Haiti with all of this Shein fucking, yeah, I said it, all this Shein wardrobe and, you know, trying to flex and wear all this cute shit, giving out $100 bills, and they come back home, can't pay their rent. That was my parents. That's what they did all the time when they went to Haiti. And now it came to bite you in the butt. Now, I will say, I stopped fucking with Ricardo after that because my mom cried so hard that day. I'm not sure how she found out that Ricardo was talking shit, but some way, somehow it was relayed to her that people in Haiti were talking shit about her because the lights were cut off. And I was just like, niggas give you a place to stay. You don't even work. Yo, at this point, Ricardo wasn't even paying rent. So it's the audacity. So when people be like, oh, you know, y'all should be more accommodating. Y'all should love your people in Haiti and give them a place to stay and bring them here. This is why. I don't fuck with them niggas. My mother's family, they're fezin. They're scomote. They're fucking assholes. How somebody give you a place to stay? How somebody fuck with you to the point where they don't know what your vibe is for like the past decade and a half. They still let you come here. You come here illegally. They still offer to have you in your house until you get your shit legalized. And you go talking shit behind their back saying you ain't got shit, da da da. The main reason that we fell behind bills is the fact that that nigga eats like a horse and a half. And feeding him was crazy. Like the grocery bills went from like $250 to, you know, $300 to like a good $500, $600 a month. That was one. Utilities went way up. Like it was a lot of shit. So it's just like, nigga, we are going in the red accommodating your ass. And he wasn't paying rent at the time. Because at the time, I believe he didn't work. So it's just like, it's the audacity to go talking shit. Like, I'll really slap the shit out of you, bro. Like, and but my mother was so upset about it. But of course, she was talking to Ricardo the next day because what do Pisces do? Talk shit and do nothing about it. I said what I said. A lot of y'all are ridiculous. Y'all cry, bitch, complain, blow up, and then get over it. Pathetic, ridiculous. Grow a backbone, Pisces. Shortly after that, Ricardo continued his bullshit. Ricardo started the shenanigans of. Are y'all ready? I don't think y'all ready for this. Ricardo started the shenanigans of going out around this time. Well, obviously we didn't have electricity. Eventually he got cut back on. But at this point he started going out. But the going out became like very, very frequent. He would go out to the point where like he would come home like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, shit, next day type shit. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. But you have to understand that when you're going through a process, like an immigration process, you really shouldn't be doing things like that because the person that's sponsoring you, if you get into trouble, can get into some shit and is liable for you. Clearly my mom's not his sponsor, but DMX is his sponsor. And the issue here is, God forbid he gets into some shit, DMX get that call, you feel me? And you know, his citizenship is gonna be in bounds. So now we have the bullshit. One night, y'all, I just gotta sit here like a fucking Haitian parent. Un jour, Ricardo pensait l'ordre c'est pas pour lui. He thinks laws ain't for him. Okay, so him and one of my other bum ass cousins, right? It was another cousin. We gonna call him. I'm not gonna do that. We just gonna call him. Ooh, that's even worse. Yo, I could only think of petty names for this family member. We just gonna call him Freddie. Okay, so him and one of my other family members, Freddie, I believe he's like a distant cousin. They decide they gonna go to the club, and then they're gonna go to the strip club. Kunya. On the strip club, they go to the strip club. Everything popping or whatever. Now y'all already know you can't record in the strip club. They don't allow y'all to have y'all phones out and all of that. It's one of those things where it's for the privacy and the protection of the strippers. Unless the club says you can, you really can't record. There's no recording devices allowed. Mbakone, si Ricardo pensait, l'ordre c'est pas pour lui. I don't know if he thought the laws and the rules don't apply. I don't know if he thought this was Haiti, Brazil, outer space. Ricardo goes and he takes his phone out. And he starts recording the strippers. Security comes and they tell him, hey, put your phone away. He starts laughing. He don't give a fuck. He keeps trying to like he puts it away while he's laughing, but he's still sneaking and trying to like record. They tell him the second time, hey, put your phone away. Laughing, talking shit in Creole, da da da. Now Freddie's like, no, like, you know you're not supposed to be doing that shit. Bruh. Third time security guard's like, hey, yo, stop that shit. Da da da. You're not supposed to be recording it here. Bruh, Taste Ricardo literally starts beating the shit out of Ricardo. First of all, I didn't know they be getting bucked like that. But I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Ricardo might have said some slick shit. I feel like Freddie might have left some parts of the story out because this is the story that Freddie done told my mother and everybody else in the family. So long story short, he gets beat up by the security guard. They get thrown out. And like, I'm telling y'all, like, beat up, like, falls on his face beat up, okay? He gets beat up. Freddie got beat up trying to defend Ricardo. They get thrown out the club. Next day, nigga out here walking around looking like a fucking Looney Tunes character on a bad day. And everybody's like, yo, what the fuck happened to y'all? Like, the fuck? And then that's when Freddie tells the story. And me, I didn't know nothing about it. If I'm not mistaken, I think I might have moved out by this time. Or if I didn't move out, I might have went on like some sort of business trip. So I come back home and I'm looking at Ricardo's face like, I asked my mom, like, that nigga fell on his face? Like, what happened? She's like, but your buttly. They beat him up. So I'm thinking it happened in the hood. So I'm about to go talk to the niggas in the hood like, oh my God. And she's like, no, let me sorti, no. And I'm like, nigga, sorti. Like, so like my mom didn't want to tell me the details. She told me the details way later, like after, like months later. And it was crazy because I'm like, sorti. Like, I'm like, okay, so he got beat up at a party? She's like, yeah. And she told me months later what happened. I'm like, bruh, like, why would he do some shit like that? So he gets beat up or whatever. And you would think that was his lesson. You would think he would stop doing dumb shit. I got stories for days on Ricardo, like I said. said, there's a reason a lot of people don't fuck with Ricardo, especially my family. So after that shit happened, there was a lot of people that were kind of side-eyeing Ricardo, and but at the same time, there was a lot of people in my family that was like, I'm surprised, that's how he is, that's the shit that he do, he think that rules don't apply. And my mom's like, what do you mean, da 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 da. And that's when people started telling my mom the bullshit that he was doing in Haiti, the nonsense that he would say, how his kids and his baby mothers are, all this crazy shit. And my mother started realizing what she was dealing with, the fact that the devil's in her home and she can't do anything about it. I will say after that situation, his sisters started to get very frustrated, okay? Rachel and Regina were like, bro, what the fuck? Like, how you out there at your aunt's house, like you can't be doing this to auntie, because you know their mom is my auntie and then my mom is their auntie, obviously. So they're like, yo, you can't be acting like this at auntie's house, like you can't be jeopardizing your citizenship like this, like bro. And he don't really give a fuck, he don't care for them, he just be arguing with them. So that's when they really started to be like, bro, like you can't be doing this shit. And they was like, nah, like you have to put him in check or it's gonna get worse, like this is how he is in Haiti. And that's when everybody started telling my mom about Ricardo's mess. I'm gonna leave that story there. There's so much more where that came from, but I'm telling y'all, Ricardo done put niggas in some shit, bro. I'm talking about hits. Hits, bro. Niggas wanted to kill Ricardo. Not funny, it's not. With that being said, comment down below what y'all think about this story, and most importantly, get your jacket from the jacket maker, bro. Cause I'm nice and cozy. Like, I'm shocked, I'm not hot. I feel like a lot of leather jackets be hot, but this is like nice, cozy, warm, and comfortable. Get you a jacket from the jacket maker. Most importantly, let me know what jacket you get, and yeah, tag me on Instagram, mention me, send me a DM or whatever. Follow me on Instagram, and most importantly, join the Patreon. You get dedicated uploads, a dedicated Discord, so much more. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. Like, share, subscribe, do all that. And I'm going to see y'all next time.